So there are all sorts of reasons why a person chooses to have laser vision correction, but at the core of it, it's about freedom. Freedom to see it without glasses. Joining me now is Dr. Jeffrey Gold, an award-winning ophthalmologist and board-certified surgeon from Liberty Vision, and his patient, Kristen Hinckley. Dr. Gold, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me
Kristen,
back.
it's nice to have you here. First off, doctor, congratulations. Best place for LASIK in 2013. That's awesome.
We are really excited about that.
That was quite an honor.
Yeah.
That's given out by the New Haven Advocate Readers Poll. Kristen, let's start with you. First off, tell me a little bit about your vision, what your problem was before you saw Dr. Gold.
I had worn glasses for over 30 years, and I wanted to have the freedom to see without glasses.
Was there a breaking point? I mean, you went so long without it. What made you realize I really want to do this now?
I had wanted to do it for a while. I wasn't sure of the cost, and then my birthday was coming up, and my husband asked me what I wanted, and I said I wanted to see without glasses. So,
now, Dr. Gold, what are we looking at on the screen here?
This is some befores and afters. It happens to be Lindsey Vonn on the top picture, as she would be seen by somebody through glasses or contact lenses or without. And then in the right-hand picture, what she looked like, what she would look like to that person after they had surgery. And the bottom picture is a seahorse that my wife found in the Cayman Islands, as seen through the eyes of someone who needed vision correction, and then on the right, seen through the eyes of somebody who had had laser vision correction. Big difference.
Doctor, let's talk about some of the questions we should ask a surgeon prior to having the procedure done.
I think the biggest question is about safety, and which is the safest procedure for that particular person. And hands down, Epi-Lasik wins out over LASIK. Another important question is, how many of these have you done?
Sure.
Well, I've done over 11,000 cases,
That's
starting in 1995. And as I've evolved with the technology, I don't offer LASIK anymore, because LASIK involves cutting the cornea open. And I can show you with this model. The cornea gets cut open in LASIK. The laser vision correction happens here. The flap goes back down, but we've learned in 2011 conclusively that that flap never fully heals. And so those patients who have had LASIK are vulnerable for the rest of their lives. If they get hit in the eye just the wrong way and that flap comes loose, they may need a corneal transplant.
Doctor, let me ask you, who's a good candidate for Epi-Lasik?
Pretty much anybody who wants to see better without vision correction in the form of contacts or glasses. Some of the most significant motivating factors are for people whose professions or hobbies involve the potential of getting hit in the eye. Firefighters, police officers, any first responders usually are motivated to get rid of their glasses or contact lenses. People who are involved in martial arts, or just simply people who have dogs who can hit them in the eye, one-year-olds who can hit them in the eye. So we have incredibly diverse motivating factors in terms of laser vision correction.
All right, let's put some information up on the screen. Dr. Gold, you kind of briefly talked about the difference between Epi-Lasik and LASIK, and Epi-Lasik is a lot safer.
A lot safer.
Give us the difference here.
In the picture on the right, you can see a LASIK patient with the flap cut and folded back. In the picture on the left, you can see that we just remove a thin sheet of the surface cells of the eye, perform the laser vision change in the second layer down, and then those cells grow back over the next 3 days. Whereas in LASIK, once the flap is put back down, the edge will seal overnight, but the in-between layers are never going to completely heal.
Okay, we have one more picture for you to explain.
This is how I take the surface layer off. The cornea has 5 layers, and in LASIK, the cut is deep in the 3rd layer down, whereas in Epi-Lasik, that blunt tip separating device, which cannot cut anything, it just works sort of like a snowplow on your driveway, just pushes off the epithelium, and that's where the name Epi-Lasik comes from.
Doctor, that's great. I get it now. Kristen, let's go back to you. Tell us how your vision has changed.
I see better now than I did when I had glasses. It's
Really?
amazing. It's amazing. It was almost instantly I could see so much more clearly, and it's perfect now.
And what was the procedure like? I mean, it's not painful.
No, it's a little uncomfortable, but really the benefit far outweighs the 2 days of discomfort. So it's great.
All right, tell me something you could do now that you weren't able to do before.
I can read the shampoo bottle in the
That's huge, though.
in the shower.
I get it.
I can see my children first thing in the morning. It's just great. I can exercise without my glasses fogging or just going outside and the temperature differences and no fogging. It's great.
Sure,
It's
and I
great.
bet you wish you contacted Dr. Gold sooner than after 30 years.
Much sooner, yes.
Dr. Gold, I know you are the only ophthalmologist to represent the Better Vision Network in Connecticut. Tell us about that.
That's another honor that I received a couple of years ago and has persisted since then. Lindsey Vaughn is the national spokesperson, and I understand her leg is healing very nicely,
Happy to
by
hear
the way,
that.
of the Better Vision Network, which is a national group of ophthalmologists who selected an ophthalmologist from each area of the country, and I was chosen to represent Connecticut.
All right, and you have a special offer for Connecticut-style viewers, as you typically do.
Right. Anybody who mentions this program when they call us or when they come in to see me for their free screening receives a $200 per eye discount. And we've extended that also to any first responders. And in honor of our having been chosen the best place for LASIK, there's a coupon on our website and on Facebook and everywhere else it can possibly
find
be,
it then.
offering that same discount.
Oh, that's terrific. All right, Doctor, thanks so much. And let's put that info up there. If you want more information on Epi-Lasik, you can contact Dr. Gold at Liberty Vision in Hamden or visit libertyvision.net. And you could also find them on Liberty Vision on Facebook. Kristen, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And Doctor, it's always a pleasure. Coming up next, Imani shares her recipe for green goddess soup. When style returns, we'll be right back.